Hello, my name is Charlene DeChico. It is with sincere passion that I am eager to learn about people, culture, true history, and the overall human experience. Join with me as I embark on this journey. This is your Community Spotlight.
Welcome everybody today to our brand new facility. It is a state-of-the-art facility. I'm very proud to say too, the very first of its kind for our tribal nation, for our Great Plains region, and the first in Indian country. This building was designed and built to function specifically as an emergency operations center. And what sets us apart is that we have trained incident management personnel who are on duty 24/7. This is a historic milestone in Indian country. Something I'm very proud of today. I actually wasn't looking to accomplish something so complex like this, but with the staff that I have, pretty much anything is possible, I think. So I'll embarrass them here shortly and read their names off and what they do, but this is a very special day. It's about 3.5 years in the making. So I'm very happy that this is here and we're all in good health and we're here together. While we have done all this, there's still a lot more work to be done. There's a lot more partnerships to be made. Those partnerships need to be maintained. And new goals and objectives to be reached. So in short, the Emergency Operations Center, while we are making a lot of firsts in Indian country, and by the way, so you're all aware, everything from the lobby doors that you just walked into directly south of you to the end of this wall here, the core of this building is a FEMA rated storm shelter. This is the first storm shelter for the tribal nation and within our jurisdictional boundaries on the reservation. To the left of you is a safe room, which also is a dual purpose conference room. That is an even more reinforced room. It is also the first for our tribal nation and the first within our reservation boundaries. This place is meant to be an EOC, yes, where we handle emergencies and disasters. People will come together in this room, and it's a little hard to visualize it right now because it feels like a meeting space, but the way it was set up before we had to come in because of the wind today is everyone will have a seat at the table, and making sure that everyone will have a seat at the table. Everyone is a stakeholder in an emergency. It affects everyone.
My name is Marley Baker, or Fidea Kush, brings rain in my people's language. I am the fire management officer for the 3 tribes. Born and raised here on Fort Berthold, to the late Emerson and Streets, as Charlie said, and I'm enrolled here of Peranza and Mandan descent, and I got a wee bit of the Irish in me as well. So back in 1991, I was 19 years old, and my mother said, "You better do something, find something to do." And just so happened that they were sending the fire crew up. And so I went with them. We went down to, I think it was Pine Ridge, and we were taking classes sitting on the floor in a gymnasium, and that's where I earned my red card qualifications. Since then, I've been able to travel quite a bit and fight fires nationally, not just on a reservation, but nationally. Been all over North Dakota, Montana, South Dakota, Minnesota, Arizona, Texas, and California. Back then, the program was run by the BIA, Fort Berthold Agency here in Newtown. And one summer in 1994, I was fortunate to get on as a range tech. And we had, at that time, we had 1 garage and 1 engine. And I go in there and clean the engine every day, and then my uncle and one of my in-laws, we'd go and count cows, and didn't really have a real busy summer, but I sure learned a lot. My Uncle Clyde taught me a lot. We went around, learned the area, and I used that to this day. But wildfires weren't too frequent of an event in that year anyways. But moving on, I kept my qualifications and fought fire every summer. A lot of local crews, a lot of people have fought fire here on Fort Berthold. It's been a good opportunity for many people, provide a lot of income for them and giving people a direction to go. You know, with all the development stuff, things start to slow down for folks working with us. But during the spring of 2004, the FMO job came open, and I jumped at the chance. Since that year, 2004, 20 years ago now, we have fought 1,720 wildland fires just on the reservation here. We averaged 86 a year, and 42,475 acres have been burned on this reservation by wildfires, averaging just over 2,100 acres. So we're getting busier as we move along. We also have conducted 91 prescript fires for 8,590 acres. That's John Church's job, and when we're trying to keep that, and we do those so that we can mitigate the danger to the communities. We burn the grass around our communities and stop wildfires before they even get there. But now, with this new facility, we're poised to launch a renewed program, and we're anticipating growing and expanding our capabilities in providing emergency services, not only here, but throughout the whole reservation and in surrounding communities. This facility here is we're gonna be sponsoring trainings, and surrounding communities, Stanley, Kildare, Watford, they're all welcome to come and utilize our facility. It's what it's here for. And we welcome that, and we want you to come.
I'm Dr. Mayer. I'm the North Segment Council Rep, and my Indian name is Hochbadi Sagesh, Good Medicine. I'm the oldest daughter of the late Avis Baker Mayer and the oldest grandchild of the late May Howard Coffey. My grandmother told me to introduce myself this way to others so that people would know who you are and what family you come from, and out of respect for our matrilineal heritage that we have here in our tribe. And so this morning I awoke and thought, oh, I gotta run over here to the chairman's office, I gotta go over here to TBC, oh, I gotta go to the EOC today. You know, I didn't realize how busy a tribal elected leader's life would be when I first came in. It's almost as bad as being a doctor, you know. So I said my morning prayers and I thanked our ancestors this morning, and I was thinking about that, and I wanted to share with you how we got to be where we are and where we want to go. And just briefly, 200 years ago, the MHA nations, or three affiliated tribes, the Mandan, Hidatsa, Rikara, were a great nation in the Great Plains, probably the most powerful nation because of our agricultural background. And even Lewis and Clark in their journals mention this, how astounding we were. We had our societies, we had our people who are warriors who protected us, and our families. And of course we survived smallpox, barely. The disease nearly annihilated the Mandan peoples. But we merged together, and in 1851 we were established as three tribes. 12.6 million acres of land. In probably about 1870 and in 1880, the federal government, through executive order without meaningful tribal consultation, lopped off 7 million acres and allowed the railroad to come through on our southern borders. And so North Dakota becomes a state in 1889. In 1910, they passed the Homestead Act, and the BIA superintendent gave away land that was not rightfully theirs to do. And so we were reduced. And then in 1952, or right around there, the Garrison Diversion Dam project reduced us even further, without any really true, meaningful tribal consultation. And so today we sit with just a little under 1 million acres left out of the original 12.6 million acres. But we sit on millions and millions of barrels, billions of barrels of oil. We are a blessed nation. We have struggled, and our ancestors have struggled and fought through disease and economic distress and floods and sickness, and we are still here, and we still have our warriors here. Today, we learned from COVID how devastating that was, that disease, to all people of the world. But when you have a small population like ours, 17,000 plus, it's devastating for all of us. So for we are closely knitted with one another, so when we lose an elder, and we did lose quite a few in my segment for sure, we learn and use our blessed resource of oil to finance the things that will help us take care of our people. The tribal government leaders, I believe, have merged and have pushed forward approving the funding for this building without a second thought. And we are grateful to all of them for that. But even more so, I want to point out Emmeline. Emmeline has worked diligently. I remember when they were I put them in the Newtown nursing home. First we bought the building and then we put them in there. And we struggled. But Emmeline has risen as a true warrior to the people and helping push the EOC. Even when she had to get in front of the council was like, oh God, here goes Emmeline. No, she persevered and fought her way through to the point where she's not only recognized amongst our own people as a true warrior, but nationally. She sits on national organizations. And like the chairman said, people look to us now, and we are survivors, and we still continue to be a great nation of the Upper Missouri River Plains. We are also understand in our leadership that we must partner with others in order to benefit the whole. And so with that being in mind, I just want to say to all the warriors that are here to protect, to serve, to make the people safe, to address any of our health or catastrophic issues, that we merge together and continue, as our ancestors did, to survive and be a great nation. God bless everybody here. God bless all our communities. And truly, God bless the MHA Nation. Thank you.
First, I'd like to thank you, Iris, for the prayers that you've done. Also for the drummers for singing our songs. Also our three legions, our three posts that come from each side of the reservation for coming together and being here and representing our tribes. Thank you for being here and thank you for serving our country. But today is a good day. This Emergency Operations Center will save lives. We have, just like Councilwoman Mayor said, we have 1 million acres. This is home base. Home base is meaning that it's going to reach out to 6 segments, 1 million acres. If it's not doing its job, people will die. If they're doing their job, lives will be saved. Things that happen in this world, mass shootings, school shootings, catastrophic fires, you name it, it happens. It's going to happen, just like the chairman said. That's why this is a big undertaking. Every single community needs to be involved. Everyone. Because it will happen. And I'm very proud of what we've done. Very proud of what we see here. As Marley being with fire management for the past, Marley, over 25 years with the Bureau of Indian Affairs over that. And where it came from and the place where it was at. And we're very fortunate, we're very blessed to have that BIA program here, or fire management, to be in a building like this where the Bureau of Indian Affairs, and I'll say it, our federal government is not doing their job. Every other tribe doesn't have the resources to do this, but we're very fortunate to take part of this and build our infrastructure and provide these emergency services for our people. And this is one this opportunity that we took. It'll save lives. I had to take a break. Like Monica had said, this morning I was in fire training. I'm in basic fire training 1, just because I want to help do my part in saving lives. And with that, we have a grand opening with our Legion building. The Old Scouts Legion building is a grand opening next Wednesday. We're building that. We've just finished. We're just finishing a couple other projects in Whiteshield. We're trying to get a detention center open. We're with BIA funding, but we can't get that open because the Bureau of Indian Affairs is not doing their fiduciary responsibility to take care of us. So we have to use our own funding to make it work. But like I said, we're very fortunate, and I want to thank everybody being a part of this, from Emily and all the staff and Marley for taking time out of their lives to be a part of this and making sure they're here to save the lives of the 3 affiliated tribes and other partners that we do have here that live on the reservation. But like Monica had said, we have to partner with different entities to make everything work. In our Whiteshield community, we've had an agreement with McLean County Sheriff's Department for 10 years. So they have one of their home bases is in Whiteshield, just so they can patrol in Whiteshield. So we know that the busy areas in Newtown, and we have our law enforcement, and they're stretched thin. So we have to do other agreements with other entities to make our community safe. But thanks again for people for being here and celebrating this with the MHA Nation. But with that, thank you. Thanks again. I hope.
Today's a great day. Pretty thankful. Just walking around, seeing what's going on and what we have in place now. I walk around, I think about a lot of the conversations that we had back when we had the COVID task force going on. All that time comes to this point. Now the building's here. We have a spot where my grandson here hit the nail on the head where it's a safety net.
After 2020, we looked and we didn't have a place to actually meet, to actually bring, professionals together in order to determine how far the incident needs to go. So that we run under the National Incident Management System, the Incident Command System, which is operations, logistics, finance, admin, and planning, and then our command team, which is our incident commander. So when we envisioned this place, we envisioned it about late 2020, and then to come to fruition, it took about a year and a half of planning. And over here in this hallway and also the command room, that's all a tornado shelter. It has a capacity, I believe, of 293 people. Oh, they're bringing out the flags. So it's not only like the handicapped population that we're also going after, but also like the elderly and everything. But it was also reaching out to other individuals, county governments, city governments, because there is no tornado shelter in this area in Newtown. So this is how the tornado shelter got developed.
Right.
In order to provide that for the entire community, no matter who you are. Whatsoever.
And then for training purposes later down the road, right?
Yes.
So can you tell us how this building will impact other communities for that?
We're going to have fire training, police training, EMS training, health training, any of that stuff. We'll all have it here.
And not just for MHA?
No, not for MHA, just for everybody. Anybody who's in the community that wants to come over. We just had one not too long ago, about 3 weeks ago. And that training was just, how to prepare yourself for a disaster.
And there's a rookie fire training coming up too, right?
Yes, there is next week. It starts on Monday, and they're gonna focus in here. Then they're gonna go out for a field day.
And I talked to Bryson. It's a pretty good
Bronson.
Bronson.
Yeah.
And a couple weeks ago, it's a pretty good incentive. You can get certified.
Yep. And you go out onto the national. If you ever get up on the board, you can head out to the national wildland fires out there, or you can go on severity. I've done that before because I'm a wildland firefighter as well.
We've been looking forward to this for a long time. As you've heard from the speakers, it's first of its kind in the nation, not only in the area but in the nation, and we're the ones that did it. Dr. Mayer, who I work for, was the one that gave the piece of land through her authority as the council rep for the segment in which it's stationed here, and it without hesitation. It was something we realized we needed after the pandemic, and I think we did very well during the pandemic, and this facility is only going to make our preparations and our activities towards any kind of disasters, hazards, even better. Yeah, we really weren't in on the design or anything like that. Tom Nash, he used to work for us. He moved over to this is his passion. He has had a very integral part in helping design this building and being the project manager, and as you can see, he does a great job. He did design our car wash, quick lube, and laundromat as well. He was the project manager, so he's done very well with that. So it was in trusted hands. We didn't have much to do with it, so hats off to him and the staff.
My name is Bronson Flynn. I work for the 3 affiliated tribes fire management. I am the operation fire specialist. This will be my 4th season. I fought for 3 of them. As one of them as a type 1, the other 2 as a type 2, which is your entry beginner basic rookie firefighter. Then just slowly work my way and kind of sacrifice a lot of my hours and put in a lot of work, whether it was working out or just classroom work, and just trying to help whoever else was nearby, whether it was a fellow firefighter or someone just needed help that wanted to learn with me and move up the ladder. Before this, I did other handy jobs, including mowing ditches, mowing yards, working for different departments. I do have a background with coaching for about 4 years, so that's kind of where my specialty is just helping people grow and finding their strong suits, their weaknesses, and try to push them so that they keep moving up instead of staying in the same spot. I would say that from talking to other people that work here or even are still here, the atmosphere and the environment that we are creating here is a whole lot different. So, but yeah.
So there's a class coming up. Tell us about the rookie class.
The rookie class starts Monday, June 10th, goes until Friday, June 14th. It's 4 days of classroom work, then a field day, whether it's Thursday or Friday, depending on weather. On our field day, we actually go out and hike around Mandaree and work on one of my projects called the coal seams. And pretty much a coal seam fire it's a fire underneath the ground, and it's in the coal seam layer of the earth. So what we do, we hike around, we find them, and we dig a hand line or a fire line so it doesn't start another fire like it happened in 2021. So that's one of my projects, and it's just something that we kind of like to be doing if we're not fighting fire, so, and just stay active and keep the crew in shape. So it's for people wanting to be firefighters, or I guess also educating them on what we do instead of, when I grew up, I thought there was only one type of firefighting, which was like the structure city part, and come to find out there's more than just one group of firefighters. So with Wildland, we deal with vegetation fires and hiking around and going to those big incidents across the nation. Most of these guys are type 2s, you're beginning firefighters. There is a couple of my type 1 trainee firefighters, or people that opened up a type 1 task book and that are moving up the ladder. And one of them in the hat with the green is actually our prescribed fuel specialist and one of the engine bosses for our program. It's a new experience if you're coming into it, because we weren't really educated about how wildland firefighting is. We do, I call them taco trucks, but they're big dually trucks that we have big water tanks at the back of them, and we actually run into the fire and we put them out by spraying them out, or starting another fire to fight fire with fire. So we do have flyers around, especially on our TAT Fire Management Facebook page, and I believe there's an Instagram page as well, but we also do have flyers posted around throughout communities on the Fort Berthold Reservation, or you could call my number at 701-421-8349. And that's pretty much it. You could call our boss, Marley Baker, at 701-421-1423.
Okay, great. Thank you. Be sure to visit MHA Veterans Center on Tuesdays and Thursdays for lunch and haircuts.
Oh, this is Preston Danks over here. He's our barber. He's one of our veteran service officers. He's like multi-talented. So we have this kiosk over here, and this is a portable barber shop. It runs off 120 volts, hot and cold water. We got it in Devil's Lake, North Dakota. A veteran also too helped make it and sold it to us. So we're really blessed. If you get a chance, veterans come down and get a free haircut for veterans, and that's what we want to try to promote here. You know, haircut and a meal. If you can come over here, that would be really great. And so we have our facility. This is a Veterans Affairs building. MHA Veterans Affairs. We teamed up with JC Java here because they provide a great service and everybody loves her brand and stuff. And so veterans, you can come down and get a free coffee with a +1 here. So, and also she does serve regular customers also, but veterans get a free latte and we get a free meal here too. And veterans can get a free haircut.
And does Joy have a coffee for me?
I do. You're Americano. Would you like half and half or oat milk?
Seats over here and stuff like that, just so when veterans come in, they can use the track and walk all the way around still too. So.